Thank you for joining us today. In this video, we embark on a journey through the life of Epictetus. By the end of this video, you will know all the important details of his life and his contributions to Stoicism. So sit back, relax, and enjoy exploring the life and enduring wisdom of Epictetus. In a world marked by change and chaos, the philosophy of Epictetus stands as a beacon of clarity and serenity. This Stoic philosopher taught that inner peace is achieved not through altering external circumstances, but by transforming one's own perceptions and reactions. His journey from slavery to influential teacher offers timeless insights into human resilience and the pursuit of philosophical life. Epictetus's philosophy, deeply rooted in the Stoic tradition, was not an abstract treatise detached from the rigors of real life, but a practical guide crafted in the forge of his own trials. Each word he spoke was a reflection of his lived experience, making his lessons not merely theoretical constructs, but practical tools for navigating life. He taught that true liberation and happiness do not come from acquiring power or wealth, nor from changing the world to suit our desires, but from the profound understanding and reshaping of our inner selves. By delving into his teachings, we explore a philosophy that is as relevant today as it was in ancient Greece. As we navigate through the complexities of modern existence, with its incessant demands and often overwhelming challenges, Epictetus's call to focus on what is truly within our control, our thoughts, our attitudes, and our responses, resonates with an almost prophetic clarity. His life and work invite us to reassess our values and our approach to life's inevitable struggles, encouraging a shift towards greater resilience, self-mastery, and ultimately, peace. Thus, as we embark on this exploration of Epictetus's life and philosophical legacy, we are not merely recounting the tale of an ancient thinker. Instead, we are engaging with a vibrant, living philosophy that continues to inspire, challenge, and comfort those who seek to understand the art of living well in an ever-changing world. Early life and enslavement. Born into slavery around AD 50 in Hierapolis, known for its sacred hot springs and positioned in the historical landscape of Phrygia in what is now modern-day Turkey. His birth into slavery marked him from the outset with a life set within harsh, unyielding boundaries. Yet, even as a figure of lowly status bound to the will of another, the young Epictetus's life was poised for an unexpected trajectory. His owner, Epictetus, was a prominent secretary in Nero's imperial court, a man of power and consequence who demanded much from those in his service. It was a setting rife with political intrigue and luxury, but also brutality and stark displays of power. Despite these conditions, or perhaps because of them, Epictetus's early environment was intellectually vibrant, exposing him to the complexities of human nature and the mechanics of power. In an unusual turn for a slave, Epictetus was granted access to education, a privilege likely intended to make him more useful to his master, but which inadvertently set him on the path to philosophical inquiry. It was here, amid the opulence and the oppression of Nero's Rome, that Epictetus was first introduced to the Stoic philosophy, a school of thought that preached the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and posited that true freedom was a product of the mind, not of circumstances. This philosophical grounding provided a stark contrast to Epictetus's daily realities and imbued him with a profound sense of the dichotomy between the external world and the internal realm of the soul. The Stoic teaching that one could attain a form of self-mastery and inner peace, regardless of external conditions, resonated deeply with Epictetus. It was a radical and transformative idea, especially potent given his status as a slave. Despite the limitations of his enslavement, Epictetus's access to Stoic doctrines became the bedrock upon which he would build his own philosophical teachings. The irony of his situation was palpable, a slave teaching the virtues of freedom, but it underscored the Stoic belief that external statuses do not reflect one's inner life or capabilities. This early period of his life, harsh and constraining though it was, thus became a crucible for his development as a philosopher, deeply influencing his later works and teachings. Thus, from the very outset, Epictetus's life was a testament to the Stoic ideals that would later define his teachings. That true freedom is internal, that wisdom and virtue are the highest goods, and that human beings can live in accordance with nature and reason, no matter their external circumstances. His early experiences as a slave, immersed in the study of Stoicism, laid the foundation for his enduring philosophical legacy, turning his personal journey into a powerful narrative of intellectual and spiritual emancipation. Death and everlasting wisdom. Epictetus's death, like his life, is somewhat shrouded in the simplicity and absence of detailed historical records typical of many ancient philosophers. He is believed to have died around AD 135, but the exact circumstances of his death, including the specific location and nature of his passing, are not well documented in historical sources. Epictetus spent his final years in Nicopolis, Epirus, where he had established his school after being forced to leave Rome. It is likely that he died there, given that it was the center of his teaching activities in the latter part of his life. However, details such as the cause of his death and where he might have been buried remain unknown. The historical records do not provide information about his funeral or burial site, reflecting perhaps his own philosophical stance on the insignificance of the physical body compared to the enduring nature of the soul and its virtues. In keeping with his teachings, Epictetus likely would have placed little emphasis on the material aspects of his death, such as the location of his burial. Stoicism, the philosophy he so ardently taught and lived by, encouraged its adherents to focus on their actions and character rather than on externalities which are beyond human control. Thus, the absence of information about his burial can be seen as inconsequential from the perspective of Stoic philosophy, which prizes the legacy of one's ideas and the quality of one's life over the physical remnants left behind. Epictetus's death marked the end of his earthly existence, but did not signify the end of his teachings. Instead, his philosophy has achieved a form of immortality, continually finding relevance in new contexts and among new audiences. His life and work remain a profound testament to the power of philosophical thought to provide not only insights into living well, but also practical tools for dealing with the complexities of human life. Through the enduring wisdom of his words, Epictetus continues to teach, inspire, and influence individuals around the world, guiding them towards a life of resilience, dignity, and profound inner freedom.